Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stampin' Gala in my weekly live broadcast. As you know, I go live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, although I'm a little bit late tonight, and that's 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I do have followers all over the world, so I wanted to let you know that it is Eastern Time. So, ladies, if you're joining me for the first time, please let us know so we can give you a warm welcome and share a comment for us. Let us know where you're from. Also, if you are returning, thank you for joining me. I'm so happy that you came back to join us for our presentation. Today, I am using the Prize Peony set. I just love it. And again, the camera doesn't pick up just how pretty it is, but I did gold emboss on here. And I watercolored with let me see which one I use, Magenta Madness, although the cardstock is polished pink. I just think it looked nicer together. So anyway, and this is a card box that holds actually quite a few cards. Right now I have a whole pack of envelopes in here plus some other items. And then the last card, this is stunning in person, I have to tell you. I just love it. Now, the reason I made this is I saw on another site that somebody had posted on Facebook another a card box like this, and people were asking how to make it. So I told them that I can figure it out. I just asked them how many cards they were holding and things like that. And so I just posted it on that site. I responded to those people who wanted to see this. So I hope they catch up with me and see that I did keep my word, and when I told them I would make one for them. So anyway, this is what we're doing tonight. I hope you like them. I think they're really, really nice. And it looks like we have a new person, Paula, on. So Paula, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. How did you find me, Paula? I'm just curious. Also, I wanted to tell you that today is the absolutely the last day to register for Create a la carte for December. As you know, the 15th of every month is the last day to sign up or subscribe to my monthly class that month. It is a subscription, but you can cancel whenever you'd like. Let me see if I can get that farther away. So anyway, I usually have 5 projects, and this month I have these 4 cards, which I think are just stunning. And here's the last one. And I also created a little tote bag to hold them in, and you can open it up just like this, and the cards fit in there nicely. But I always give free product with it too. So you have more than you need, and you can create some other items. You get a full roll of this ribbon. You also get a half a package of this beautiful paper that you cannot get anymore. You're going to get a half a package of the gold foil. I just need to snap that down. And then a half a package of these. Of course, there'll be plenty for you to make new projects. Okay, so anyway, like I said, this is today is the last day. So make sure if you want to register for that, you do that. It is $42 for all of that, and it includes shipping. So 5 projects, about $20 in product plus a PDF. You can find the information on that. It's called Create a la carte. If you go to my blog, and at the top of the blog, there's a tab that says Create a la carte. So you can find it there. So anyway, with that being said, I do want to say that the winner of the drawing for sharing my video from last week is Laura Lamp. So Laura, congratulations. Please send me your address so I can get a prize out to you. I'll be sending you a bundle. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. And like I said, we're going to do some heat embossing and some watercoloring. So we are going to start off with this card right here. And I do want to tell you that I changed this paper, and I wanted to change it at the last minute, but I ran out of time. So I'm going to put a coordinating paper on there just to see which ones you like the best. Okay, so let me just pull these out of the way. I'll show you the what we're using today as well. First of all, we're using the Prize Peony set, and you can find this in the annual catalog. I do have a PDF for sale on my blog in my PDF store for a whole set of projects with this. And we're also using the Peony dies, which I'm using some of the leaves and some of the flowers, and I love this beautiful border die. In addition to that, we're using the layering circles, and I am doing a sneak peek on the special moments. This is a free stamp set from the upcoming celebration brochure. And let me see one more thing. Oh, I'll show you this. This is beautiful. I am using this die right here, and this is from the Bouquet of Love. This is also coming in the new catalog, and this is the matching stamp set. It's absolutely beautiful. But what is even prettier is the embossing folder. Can you see that? That goes with, there you go. That goes with this set. It's sold as a set with the dies and the embossing folder, or you can do the whole bundle. And look, it can cut this heart out right in the middle. Is that beautiful? So you can expect some really pretty cards with this in the future. So I am using that as well. So let me just put this away and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, like I said, we're going to do this one first. So let me pull my stuff over here. So this is polished pink, and this is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. Okay, so we're gonna just fold on the score line. Okay, and then what I have is 2 pieces here of basic white, and the top one I have embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder, and this is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. So the backing, or the framed piece in the back to frame it, is 1/8 of an inch larger, which is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. But before I put these two together, what I want to do is I'm going to take a piece of gold foil, and this is just a piece of scrap that I had, and a piece of the coordinating paper that is in the same set as this. I just wanted to have a different paper. I have plenty of that, believe me, because I needed it for the Create a la carte. So I have probably 30 packs. So anyway, we're going to just put a little bit of glue on here so we can pick up this gold piece. It feels like I'm starting to get a sore throat, and you could probably hear it in my voice. Okay, so I got this down. All right, and then I'm going to put it on here. And I like to do this first because I like to do a nice trim and get any paper hangovers off of there. So ladies, all the catalogs have been sent out, I believe, from Stampin' Up. So if you're one of my customers, you automatically get a Stampin' Up new catalog, as well as the celebration brochure. Now, if you are not one of my customers and you are not currently working with a demonstrator, I would love to send you a catalog and earn your business. And all you have to do is send me an email to this email address and let me know, and I'll be happy to get a catalog out to you. Okay. Merry Christmas to you too, Pam. So I'm just trimming this off a tiny bit just to get everything really sharp. I like the edges to be as sharp as can be. So it just looks so much nicer. All right, so then this piece. All right. Oh, thanks, Shelley. I appreciate that. Yes, if you do like the video, please make sure you subscribe and also give me a thumbs up like Shelly just said. And in addition to that, hit the bell next to it, and that way you'll be notified every time I go live. Okay, so I always like to trim it to make sure it's completely straight. Oh, Ella, I got on late, so it didn't take you forever. I didn't get on till 7:15. Just a lot going on here, that's all. Okay. Thank you, Maureen. Okay, so this is going to go on our card base, and you want to always make sure you have it in the right direction. And I'm going to get your opinion in a little bit after this card is done to see which DSP you like better with it. So Christmas is right around the corner, and I have so much more still to do. But I think I'm going to let a lot of it go this year and enjoy the holiday. Okay, so there you go. There is the front of partly the front of the card. Now I'm going to stamp the image, and we're using this big peony flower. So we are going to, I love the stripes, Laura. I'm going to ink this up with Versamark since it's embossed. So I'm just going to bring it over. I'll put it right on here. And bring in my gold embossing powder. I don't know about you, but sometimes you can worry so much about all the details that Christmas comes and goes, and then you didn't even get to enjoy it. So things that I normally do, I'm not going to do much of this year, like baking. So we're going to heat this up. Maureen, yes, I will have a video next week. So as the powder turns to gold, you just move your heat tool around. You never want to keep it in one spot too long, especially once it's heated and turned shiny. You want to move it because you can burn the paper. And first what happens is it actually will turn it to the shiny, and then if you're holding it there too long, it'll turn it back to dull. And it just doesn't look pretty. And then you can actually put a hole in it. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And then we're going to take the dies here and put this on and run it through the embossing machine to cut it out. And then I have that done already. It looks like this, okay? Some things I like to die cut first, because if you run it, if you do take the time to color it all up and then you run it through the machine and then it slips. So anyway, that's why I recommend not to do that. All right, so I'm using one of our water painters, which I absolutely love. If you have never used one of these, you got to try it. I love it. Hey, Lou. How was your little trip? Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and I like to start where the lines are, where the shading is when I first start, because then that gets the darker colors. And then I just drag my um, brush. And you can, I like to also start lighter, because if you don't have enough on, you can always add. But if you have too much color, then it's harder to adjust it. And since this is watercoloring, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, see, I'm doing that. Probably got a little bit too much there, but that's okay. I'll balance it and put some darker in other areas so that it looks like that's how I wanted it to be. So you can cheat. Okay, and we're going to do the bud right here. Peonies remind me of my mom anyway, because she had some pretty peonies in the backyard. I just think they're gorgeous. No, it's not called reverse embossing. It's just embossing, and then I'm watercoloring. I'm just adding some darker in some areas just so it doesn't look like it's just a blob in that one area. Okay, so look how pretty that looks. Then all you have to do is you just clean off your brush, just kind of squeeze it so you get the color out. It may still stain depending on the color that you're using. And then I'm going to pull in Pear Pizzazz. All right. Yeah, there's it's called, I think you're thinking of Embossed Resist. So I'm just doing the leaves, and it really doesn't take long to watercolor. And it makes you feel like an artist too. It's just a whole lot of fun. Oh, Lou, you're so funny. I have to tell you some stuff, Lou, but I'll have to call you because everybody won't want to hear it. Okay, so we got that. So then this is going to go on right here. And doesn't the stripe look so pretty? I just love it. Okay, so I'm going to take my dimensionals and add this on. Oops, something on here. And I'm going to put quite a few on here because I emboss this and then die cut it. It's kind of curling a little bit, and you don't want that to happen. So this way it'll be sure to be stuck down. It's not going to go anywhere. And I'm actually going to cut some on the side. Just before I got on, you probably heard that little thing drop just now. My lighting, the screws fell out of the light, and so I was struggling with that. I got to get Tony to fix it. Okay. I think I'm going to do one more there. Aren't they beautiful, Margaret? Oh, Lou. Okay, so we're going to put this on here just like this. And I did forget to, well, maybe I didn't. I thought, yeah, I think I did. I forgot to cut a piece of the, what you call it here. I'll just do it real quick for the sentiment. And I think it was 5/8 of an inch. So let me see what I have here. Hopefully it fits. That's good. Okay, so we're going to use Happy Birthday. And since it is a photopolymer stamp set, I'm going to use the little foam mat here. And this is from the free stamp set once celebration starts. Lou does have the best sense of humor. You should have seen her at my house. But I'm not at liberty to say, right, Lou? Let's just say we were all surprised. It was so funny. Okay, so we're going to bring in the heat tool. See, Lou knows what I'm talking about. Oh, great, Jeannie. Thanks for joining me. How did you find me, Jean? Is it Jean or Jeannie? I guess you can't tell me. Okay, so this is going to go on here. And it looks like there's some. Okay, so I'm going to just trim this off on the side, just like this. And then it's going to go down like that. But I am going to put a couple of dimensionals behind here. Jean, how did you find me? I always love to know how people find me. I've had a heck of a time since I don't do Facebook Lives anymore because of Facebook. They keep kicking me off. So I went directly to YouTube, and some people can't find me, I'm sure, because the audience went way down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this, this is our polished pink ribbon. I think it's called our open weave ribbon. So I'm going to cut this right down the middle like I did last week. I just love doing that. It just, I think it just gives it an added dimension to the card. I just think it's so pretty. All right, so all I'm going to do is double this over, just like that. Go around, cut it. I didn't cut the end here so it stays together. It'll be easier to get them both through. Maureen, you're so cute. All right, so here we go. So it looks like I used 2 pieces of ribbon, and I guess in essence I did. I'm going to trim this off. Always trim your ribbon on an angle of some sort. Don't cut it straight across. All right, and then this is going to go right here. So let me grab the glue dots. It's like in a bottle. I don't know what you mean, Jean. All right, so that's going to go there. Then I have here, and these are our champagne rhinestones. Now I could have used just clear rhinestones to do this, but I just grabbed these, so that's what I'm sticking with. So anyway, I took our Stamp and Blend marker, the dark one, and I'm just coloring a few of these for the projects today. And you want to color them right on the packaging. Don't do it on your card because chances are you'll get it on your card and you won't be happy. Oh, genie in a bottle. Oh my gosh. Is that cute? I'm slow today, sorry. All right, so I'm going to change these up just a little bit, maybe here and here. So this is the outside of your card. I see that now. That's kind of funny. All right, which one do you like better? Do you like the striped or do you like the marble looking one? I personally like the striped. Okay, so now for the inside. Okay, Shelly. Shelly's a troublemaker, Jeannie, just so you know. All right, so we're going to take this stamp this time. I think I'm getting some of each. All right, so we're going to stamp this right in the middle here. Take the powder and heat this. So I'm gonna start with the green this time since my brush already has green on it. Just touch up the leaves here. And then I'll just clean it off and do the magenta. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So ladies, if you ever thought about signing up as a hobby demonstrator, celebration is coming up beginning January 4th. And if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with, I would love to have you on my team. Some of the benefits for being on my team, you get um, all my PDFs for free, which other people just PDFs are anywhere from $15 to $25, and you get them for free. Um, in addition to that, we have monthly meetings, and have weekly challenges, and also send out different prizes and cards and things like that. So if you're at all interested and would like to have more information, um, please let me know. I'd love to talk to you about it. Jeannie, what area are you from? Maureen, I do not. I really never did that. Okay, I'm going to trim this off just really quickly. All right, so that's what that looks like. I think it's really pretty. I think the stripes are prettier too, personally. I guess it just depends on what you're making. I just don't think it looks as pretty with the flower, but I do love that paper for other things. Huh. You just got to be careful how you handle your paper. Aw, you're so sweet, Lou. All right, so this is the first project. Here are the cards. I do like this one better. And I colored it a little bit darker too, so I like that as well. All right, so that's our first card. Now our second card is this one right here, which I love. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Did you see that light just flip down because the screw fell out and it's not being held very well. Okay, so this one is the landscape mode. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4. So this time we're going to fold it over and show you what I have here. We have a couple of pieces of basic white, and I'm going to put these together. So well, I have the best team in the world, I'll tell you that. All you sweet ladies making comments, I really appreciate it. Shelly. I told you Shelly's a troublemaker. Never a dull moment with Shelly. Oh, by the way, Shelly, I got your beautiful Christmas card. Thank you. I got a few others too, and I didn't have time to grab them, so I'll show them next week. It's so fun in this business when you get a lot of cards in the mail. It sure does kind of lift the spirits when you're down. And Maureen, I got yours too. And Lord knows I can't show that one. Maureen has a naughty side to her, let's just say. Okay, so we're going to put this down here. All right. Shelly, was I supposed to hold one of the gingerbread and peppermint create a la cartes for you? I did, but I don't know if I was supposed to. All right, so now we have this piece, and this is just basic white, and I am going to stamp it a couple of times and heat emboss it again. I feel the same way, Melissa. I have a whole box of Christmas cards. Thank goodness I don't have to make any extra ones. I just use what I've been making all along, but I have them in a big box ready to address and send out. But that doesn't mean I'll get them out. So we're going to stamp this one here. Perfect. And I'm going to ink it up again. And this time I'm going to put it right here. It'll probably be a little bit different than the other one, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and heat this. Okay, got that. Wow, Ella, that is wild. That's way too much. Okay, so this time I have the pink on, so I'm going to start with that. I do want to tell you, I did get the paper share information done, the paper and ribbon share. So the paper has 8 different DSPs included, and I think it is $26, I think, for a quarter of a pack of every DSP. And then there is shipping on top of it. So it's $9 shipping. I used to do 8, but the shipping charge went up from the post office. So anyway, and then the ribbon share is, I believe, $18.50, and that's is a quarter of each one. And I think there's like 7, but I'm not sure. But I don't add any money onto it. It's just the shipping charge. So it's not like you're paying extra. And I will be posting that tomorrow. I have it all in the computer and I couldn't get the link, PayPal link to work. And I called Constant Contact and they changed it. And the person that was helping me, she didn't even know. So anyway, I have to copy the whole thing. I don't want to retype it and then get it in there under a different type of event. So it's ready to go, and you would have until January 3rd to register for it. And then by the 10th, I'll have all of that in the mail to you. So if you're interested in getting a share of all the paper and ribbon, it's a great way to do it. And you see what you like then, and you see what you want to get more of possibly. It's just a nice way by not putting out a whole lot of money. Oh, and by the way, if you get them both, you only pay the shipping once, of course. So you get a $9 break. So let me know if you're interested. Oh, thanks. See, Shelly can be nice sometimes too. Also, people have been asking me when the next retreat is. And my next retreat isn't until the fall, but it is the weekend of October 8th. So it would be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you might want to put that on your calendar. It's in Findlay, Ohio, and it's a great time. So I'd love to have you join us. We have a lot of fun. I'll be putting that information out shortly too, in case people want to register already. Okay, isn't that pretty? All right, so we'll clean this brush off. Pirate ship is it's an alternate to the post office. The postage program. Just do pirateship.com, Ella, and you'll see it. Okay. Add a little darker in here too. In the veins area. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take this little tiny strip of gold, and I'm going to put it across here. It's amazing how just this little piece makes it look so cute. All right, so we're going to put that on and see how it curls though when you're doing embossing. Yes, October 8th, next October. And my cruise, of course, is coming up in January. And on top of that, the next cruise will be March 4th of 2023. And we're going to the ABC Islands, which are Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. So that'll be fun too. All right, so it's going to be on like that. And it doesn't even look like, I think I cut it perfectly, the amount that I needed. Okay, so we're going to back it with a piece of gold foil. And again, if you're doing this at home, you want to, something like this, you want to die cut something out of there and just put it aside and use it on another project. Yes, Lou, that's for the retreat. Okay, so then we're going to get this down like this. All right. Same place, Lou, at the Hilton Garden Inn in Findlay. I already sent the contract back. Last time it sold out, so I'm sure it'll sell out again. It usually sells out in no time, flat. I only do one or two classes at my house a month. Everything else is online. And it was so cute. Let me grab my eraser here. What did I do with it? Hold on. Anyway, my neighbor across the street came on Monday night, and she's Japanese. I used to have a lot of Japanese students, and she just came from Japan. She's only been here a little bit with her family, and she can't speak English. But the other morning, she was outside, and she said, I waved to her and she waved back, and I spoke to her in Japanese. And I can't speak much Japanese, trust me, but I said something that she understood. And so then she came over and I showed her my phone. She asked me if I was an ESL teacher. And anyway, one thing led to another, and she loves it. She came and she loved it. So it's kind of fun. I'm so glad because she doesn't know anybody here. You know, Shelley, I don't know about that yet. It just depends. There's so much going on in my family right now that I gotta figure it out. All right, so we're gonna put this down. I may do it, but I'm not sure yet. As you know, it's a heck of a lot of work, so it just depends if I get help too. Okay, so we're gonna put this down here. Just this little touch of gold steps up the card, I think, and gives it a real elegant look, which is my style. I love the more fancy look. Okay, so then we're going to stamp congratulations, and this is from that free stamp set. All right, Shelley. So we'll heat this. I love the font on this. Thanks, Paula. Isn't this a beautiful font? And I like the fact that it has two different fonts on the same sentiment. Thank you, Rita. Okay, so then we're going to put, I die cut it with that new die that I showed you. And then we're going to put this down right there. All right, and we're going to do that with dimensionals as well. All right, so you do want some of the gold showing here. So I just moved it over some. I did stamp a couple of leaves, and also die cut them already in the same set. And we can put them anywhere. I did put them down here, but the reason I did it on this card is because the stem was coming up and I didn't like that. So we can put them in a different area now, like maybe there. I think that's too much. So let me see. You know, I think I'm going to leave them off this time. I used them to hide something before, and I don't think I need it. So we're going to take our little gemstones here and add these. I'm going to put one here. And another one here. Let's see. All right. And if you wanted to, you could sprinkle some throughout, but I think I'm going to just leave it plain. And I'm going to tie a bow. Hey, Tina, how you doing? So again, I'm just cutting the ribbon right down the middle. Sometimes I only use half of it and not the whole thing, depending on, what kind of look I want. Laura, what's your favorite? This card? Is that what you mean? Or am I assuming too much? Okay, we're going to push this through. See what I mean? I cut the ends this time all the way through. So now I got to feed these through one at a time. So this weekend is when we go. I'm taking Jackson on the little train ride to the North Pole. So that's going to be fun on Saturday. He's really looking forward to it too. Okay, I can't get this one. There it goes. Yeah, Tina, that didn't look like it though. That looked like a hot mess, but it'll be pretty when I get it off my fingers. Okay, so isn't that pretty? I love it. All right, so we need the glue dots. I'm going to put this right here. Make sure you separate the two pieces of ribbon so it looks pretty. All right, so that's the outside so far. Okay, so now we're just going to do the inside. Oh, he'll love it. I keep asking him what he wants for Christmas, and all he keeps saying is black pants. So I did get him black pants, but he got some other stuff too. All right. We're just going to stamp this on the side just a little bit. And the gold powder. I'm not going to color the inside of this just for time, because I want to move on to the, you guys already saw me do plenty of these. And so I will come back afterwards and color it. Okay, so we're going to back it with this piece here, and then this card will be done. Well, you know what? My daughter-in-law told me not to get him any toys. And oh my gosh, I'm I got him. He was here one day and he was taking stuff out of my desk, and my friends were here and he was acting like he was a doctor. So he was like writing prescriptions for them and then checking their knees with this little rubber hammer I had and stuff like that. And I found this little doctor kit. And so I got him that, and um, I'm opening an IRA for him, a Roth, and I got him a bunch of clothes for vacation, and but um, I don't know what else to get him. He does. Oh, I'm going to get him a train set. He wants a train set. In fact, as soon as I'm off of here tonight, I'm going to get him a train set on Amazon or something, because I went looking for his birthday was last week too, and I went looking for a train set at the local stores. I couldn't find one. Oh my gosh, that is so funny, Ella. Okay, so here is the second card. I hope you like it. All right, so this is the last project. And I have to tell you, this is so funny because um, I changed this so many times. For instance, under here, there's 3 different types of paper. I just didn't have time to fix it. And see, I have a whole pack of envelopes in here, plus some other envelopes, just to keep it firm. And then I originally wrapped this around here, and then I didn't like it. So then I put a piece of stripe there, didn't like that, and then I changed it to this. So anyway, this is a card box, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this in just a second. But let me get some of this stuff out of the way that I know I'm not going to be using, so I have more room here. I am going to use that. Like these. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you that I did stamp already. And look I was a little bit crooked, so I did it again, and now it doesn't even look crooked. Yeah. So I have this that I stamped, and this is from the Peony set. So I'm going to layer it on a gold circle. I'm going to do this part first so I get it out of the way. So all I'm going to do is put some glue on the back and then put it on here. Oops, it slid. Okay, just like that. And then it's going to go up on dimensionals, so this will be behind it, okay? Slid again. All right, so it's going to go here, and I'm just going to put that off to the side, okay? This is going to be the trim on the bottom, so we'll do this in a little bit as well. I'm just going to put this off to the side and get it out of the way. All right, so here is the box itself. Now this is 9.5 by 12. And on the 12-inch side, you're going to score it at 1, 5.5, 6.5, and 11. You're going to turn it and score it at 1, 7, and 8. Okay, so that is I know this is hard to see. Let me see if I can. It's not helping. Okay, hopefully by the time I get this all cut up, you'll see what I'm doing here. All right, so you're going to fold on the score lines. And what I'll probably do is stick a piece of dark paper behind here. once I get it all cut how I need it. Okay, so that's the top. And this is the bottom. Because it's white, it's hard to see. Then we're going to fold on the score lines this way. That 1. And then this is 5.5, 6.5, and 11. It's really getting blurry. I don't understand why it's getting blurry. If the lens is bad. Okay, so let me get a piece of dark paper real quick. Okay, I have 2 pieces of gray paper that I'm going to lay underneath here so it can help. You can see better. I don't know what's going on with the camera. Okay, so on the bottom, what we're going to do is we're going to cut up to the 1-inch score line. And then we're going to turn this into a tab. Same thing here. And this one, we're going to go like this. Same thing here. So this is going to be the back. This is going to curl around. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these 2 top squares off all the way up to the last ones. I'll show you. You want to cut this as straight as you can. Okay, so let me show you what I have here. All right, so I have the bottom tabs cut up. This is going to be the side tab over here. All right, and this is going to be the flap that goes in front. So all of that came off. See what I mean? It's like this. All right, so that came off. Does that make sense? Okay, so what we're going to do is take a 1/4 rounder and we're going to round these corners right here. Oh, I just stuck it in the ink. This is going to be the top flap, okay? So now, since this, when we turn it over, this is going to be how it is. So this part is what is going to be the front of the box. So we're going to stamp on this. So let me show you what we're going to do here. I'm going to ink this up. Is that what it's doing? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since this is the front, I'm going to go like this. All right, and I want to show you here. See, I went too high on that. I'm going to bring it down some, okay? So when I stamp this one, I'm going to try and bring it a little bit lower so more of it shows. All right, so we're going to go right here. And some will be on the side parts as well, on the sidebars. And that's okay. All right, so let me get the powder. And this is going to be the last embossing that we do. Thank goodness, huh? You saw enough of this, didn't you? Now, since it's folded, I got to make sure that I get it all. And you want to wipe off any excess. And I'll show you what I have here too. Okay, see how I have a little bit of excess? I don't know if you can tell, but I have some here. So I just have this tiny little brush. I'm getting most of it off. In here. Okay, so that looks pretty. All right, I'm going to get this out of here now. For now. We'll heat this up. You do have to have a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock for this piece, and you trim it down to 9.5 by 12. Okay, so that's how that is. So I'll color it in really quickly. It shouldn't take me long. What do I have on here now? Green. So anyway, let me get some more ink. I just squeeze it at the top and I get it on there, the ink, and I just use the ink at in the lid. Just gonna do a quick job of this. So if anybody is in the area where I live, if you know of a good tutor for reading, I'm looking for a tutor for Jackson. Like after school on either Thursdays or Fridays. Those are the days I have him, and he's struggling with reading. So I want to get him some more help. They already have a tutor, but she's only available one day a week. Okay, so that's the green. Oh, Paula, you're welcome. It's what it's all about. I love this. I'm doing this quickly. He must have forgot that I'm doing my video. Okay, I want to add some darker in here too. All right, I'm just going to do this one real quick. And we're almost done, believe it or not. It doesn't take long. I would have it done already, but when you're teaching, you're going a little bit slower. Add a little bit of darker, and the areas that are highlighted or shaded. Okay, so we're done with the ink. Okay, now what I can do is I can put on the strips of cardstock here first, and that'll make it easy. So this is just a 1/2 inch, and I did emboss this just for the texture. And I also took a piece of this, which is die cut with the Peony set. So it's going to go right across here. Okay, so it looks like it could be a shade just a tiny bit smaller, but I'm going to put it all on here first, and then I'll trim it. Okay, so we're going to take this glue and we'll put it across here, and that's going to be for the little gold piece. Just like that. Just make certain that you get it even all the way across. Okay, then with this, what I always like to do is make sure when I do the scallops, when I put it together, that I don't have like a full scallop on one end and a 1/2 a scallop on the other. I try to balance it. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue across here. And again, I'm going to balance it to get it. And I only want a little bit of a ruffle. Okay, so make sure that you get it even. All right, so I got the ruffle, I got the embossed piece, and I got the gold piece. So I'm going to trim this off. Trim the excess. And on this side. And I want to measure it up to where I'm putting it to make sure it looks good. And it is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and put this down with glue. And this is going to go right here. Just make sure you have it across there straight. Looks like it can go up a little bit. Maybe a tiny bit more. Okay, that looks perfect. Okay, so now we're going to, oh, and then what we're going to do is I have a piece of embossed um, polished pink, and it's 2 and just a shade past 2.5, and this way is 4.5. So it's going to go on like this. But what I want to do is I want to corner around these first. So it has the same, but what I'm going to do is only put the glue on the first portion. So if I show you on here, it'll be easier to see. I'm going to put it on just not the top, just this portion here. And you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to just lay this on here and get it straight. And if it's okay if it's a little tiny bit larger, you just don't want it smaller. Okay, so that's good. So now we're going to put this together. So you're going to fold this over. You can use glue or you can use any kind of tear and tape. I don't know who CRS is. Can you type your name? Oop, I got somewhere I don't want it right there. Okay. So now we're going to fold this over right in half, and it's exactly where it needs to be because it's math, right? So I'm just going to hold this down a little bit. Paula, are you a demonstrator as well? All right, see how that looks so far? All right, so we're going to do the bottom now. So that these will go in first, then the back, and finally the front goes last. So I'm just going to put the glue on the last piece. You always want the piece that starts in the front to go towards the back. So, and you want to square it up perfectly. One thing about glue, you can get it in place, and then what I like to do is take like a marker and then just push this down. Nice, Paula. How long have you been a demonstrator? All right, so that's that. And then I'm going to take these out of here so I can put them in here because it helps when I do the last part. All right, so then this is going to fold over, and see how I wait till this is done to fold this over so that it doesn't pucker. So then I just go like this, and then we're going to add the glue on here and close this up. And if you have any hanging over, you just trim it. Wait till it's dry and then trim it. Okay. All right. So see how much nicer this looks when it's more of it is showing, I think anyway. Okay. So we're going to grab this, and that's going to go on with dimensionals. And then we're going to add the Velcro things behind there. All right, so I'm going to put the dimensionals towards the top on here. Okay, just like that. I have 2 of them on there, and kind of get it in place where you want it. And I'm putting it on about halfway up. Okay, just make sure your sentiment is straight. All right, then let me see if I have more of those Velcro things. I do. Okay, I get these at Joann's, and they're like they're mini ones. So I'm going to do is put it on there and then cut this apart. Okay, so which one is the soft one? Soft. Okay, so what I'm doing is we can either put them on here or we can put them on the tab. I think this time I'm going to put them here, only because I think it'll make it a little bit stronger so you're not pulling on the um, on the label here. All right, let me see. I got to get these straight. All right, and I'm going to put this one right here. All right, then just make sure that you get it placed and just push down on it and then carefully separate them. See, one stayed, the other one didn't. So I got to do that again and just make sure I get it on there. Sometimes it takes a couple of times to get it. I'll do it later, but anyway. So now we're gonna put a bow on here and some rhinestones, and then we're done. Aw, that's so sweet, Ruth. So we're going to take these and cut it in half again. Well, like I said, I saw this, somebody posted this box, but not this one, the size. Theirs was just had a couple of blue flowers right there. And somebody asked if they knew how to make it. It is on, I think it's Stampin' Up! Share. And so I told them I would make one. So I hope they saw it, my post. Okay, maybe a little bit more. One more. All right, so I have this. And then I'm going to add some gold. If I can find my gold. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is so pretty. So we're going to add this. So I'm just going to cut this down the middle as well. And this one is kind of cool because you can actually pull some of the strands out, and then it looks kind of like frayed and a little wild, but it's very elegant. I like to do this with the gold, and it goes a longer way too, because there's 10 yards in here, but if you cut it in half, you get 20. So you get more for your money, right? Or you're being smarter with your money. Okay. You did, Lisa? That's good. I hope everybody else saw it. And I know some people can't post on here, so it looks like I only have like 46 people, but right now, but I know that there's always more. People just can't post, so and it doesn't show up. All right, so now we're going to take these two along with this one. Ladies, don't forget to share my video. Share this video on Pinterest, Facebook, what have you, because then you'll be in the drawing next week. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and tie this over. And I do have, this is twisted, I do have a video on my YouTube page of me doing bows. So you can check that out. All you have to do is go to you're on my page now, but just search bows, how to make a bow, and it'll show up. That's right. You can only post if you're signed into my YouTube account. Okay. See what I mean? How it kind of frays and it just looks so pretty. Get out of here. So ladies, if you want these make and takes, please place your order by Saturday. And you need to place a $35 minimum order, and you'll get these make and takes for free. And they come nicely packaged to you. And I can't stamp the images, so if you don't have this set and you want it exactly like this, make sure that you get this Peony set, and it's in the annual catalog. Okay, so this is going to go right there with a glue dot, probably below. Goes my phone again, and all right, so that's that. And then I'm just going to add some colored rhinestones. So let me see if I have, yeah, I have enough here. All right, and like I said, I like to use an odd number. And I think I'll just do them kind of differently. The hardest thing to do with rhinestones is decide where to place them. That one stuck to me. Okay, so I think I'm going to put a couple in here. Okay, ladies, so here is the final project. There you go. And this is a nice size box. It is 6 by 4.5, 6 by 4.5 by 1. So, and see how I have it down the sides as well. So you could stamp the whole box if you wanted to. And if I was giving it as a gift, I probably would, just so it was stamped all the way around. And anyway, don't forget, if you want to make some of these, make sure you get some of the 12 by 12 basic white paper. And it does come in the basic white thick as well. So that would even be better. So anyway, ladies, I hope that you like these projects today. Don't forget, here is a host code that you need to use. And also, please don't forget about this class that today is the last day to register for. So I would appreciate if you register tonight so I can get the projects ordered or the products ordered to complete this. But one of the good things you're getting is some of this paper that you can no longer get. All right, ladies. So thank you so much. I do hope that you enjoyed the presentation today. Don't forget to use the share button and share it on Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, wherever you feel you want to share it, to be included in the drawing next week. And be sure to use the subscribe if you like it, and give me the thumbs up. Lisa, you can't use 8.5 by 11 because it's not big enough. Okay, because it's 12 by 9 that I cut it down to. You could use it if you cut your box down some, but if you made this like a 1/2 inch, let me see. So it would be, you'd have to change the dimensions, but I think this is a really nice size. This would be a great gift for somebody. So anyway, thank you so much, ladies. I truly appreciate you hanging out with me every week. I really appreciate it. So have a good night, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.